Hey there friends, thanks for checking in. Today we're going to do another Is This Pistol Still Relevant video. It's a series I've been running, but I haven't done a video on it for over 5 months. So you can see that it's a Taurus. And what I want to know is it still relevant to you? Now, you're probably thinking, well, it's probably that GX2 that you've been beating up on since its launch. Well, it's not the GX2. I have that here. And I have not been beaten up on it. I actually bought it. Who else does that? For something that they feel is a little less intriguing than some of their other models. Still trying to find its purpose compared to what they already have, but it's not that. This has actually been around for over 12 years. They have 16 different models. Some are different because of the finish, black oxide, stainless, whatever. They make them larger, they make them smaller. It was a big hit when it was launched, way back then, I remember, but what are we talking about? Well, this is the Taurus Judge. This is the original. Now, they make this with a 6.5-inch barrel. They make it with a 2.5-inch barrel. This has the 3-inch barrel. Now, what makes this unique is that it is chambered in 410 shot shell and 45 Colt. Is it still relevant? Is this something you would go after? Because here's the deal. The 410 shot shell, do you remember we had that? Well, of course you remember that ammo crisis that we called it. With the lack of ammo, one of the hardest rounds to find was 410 shot shell. Near impossible, and it was so expensive. And let's talk about 45 long Colt. That is extremely expensive. Hard to, unless you reload, hard to pay for a bunch of rounds of that. So would you go with this to shoot the 45 Colt, or would you just get a single action dedicated 45 long Colt revolver? I wouldn't want to target shoot with this. I'd want maybe something like a Colt single action Army, Uberti, a Cimarron, something along those lines. But this is... And what's funny is I remember the online ads they had when some dude was getting carjacked. And he pulls this thing out and points it in the guy's face. It was a cool ad, and it had the music, dun, 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 the Taurus Judge, like so many do. But it goes about $500. So if you think it's relevant, that means that if you had $500 in your pocket, you may actually buy this. Or are there others out there? Now, they make this with a Toro model, which is Taurus Optic Ready option. And so, would you put an optic on here with a 410 shot shell? I wouldn't. I like 410. It's great in a shotgun. It's fine in handguns like this, but it does have its limitations. And from a distance, dependent on the load. And when we had that ammo shortage, the 410 was near impossible to find. And even worse yet, the defensive ammo, the stuff that you can count on for defensive, is what was even harder to find. The 45 Colt, extremely expensive. You pretty much have to reload it if you're going to shoot it on a regular basis, or you've got $100 bills falling out of your pocket and you don't care. But they make this with black oxide. They make it actually, it looks like a snub nose with this big thing here. Look at the size of that cylinder with a 2.5-inch barrel. This was the original that was launched over 12 years ago. It is pretty decent. I have to say, it's a nice revolver. I have no problem with Taurus revolvers. I'm just wondering if this is relevant in today's world with so many options out there. And is it something that you want? Do you have the Smith Governor that you like even more? Because with moon clips, you can go with the 45 ACP. Or do you think the Judge is pretty awesome? You have it, and it's one of those firearms that you say, I will never get rid of. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about it. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and share. I always appreciate thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and you guys be safe.